Good afternoon, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the Woodlands. Thank you very much for clicking that button and joining me for this video. I hope you're all doing well. So you join me in the Woodlands once again on this absolutely stunning day because I'd like to show you and talk to you a little bit about one of my very favourite compact PCP air rifles. So if you are currently in the market for an ultra lightweight, ultra compact PCP game taker or pest slayer, check out this one. You might be impressed. If you're looking for a compact powerhouse that fits in a backpack but shoots more like a full-size target rifle, the Brocock Ranger XR in 2.2 might be the most practical PCP on the market. It was actually developed with input from a professional pest controller who needed a truck gun that didn't compromise on performance. Let's dive into why you should be considering this tiny carbine as your next PCP hunting rifle. First, the footprint. This thing is remarkably small. Just 600mm with the stock deployed and a tiny 400mm when folded. At about 2.5 kilo, it's a featherweight, but it feels incredibly solid thanks to the tactical AR style folding stock and the match grade barrel. You've got Picatinny rails on the top and bottom for your optics and bipods, and side lever action is as smooth and tactile as you'd expect from a premium British brand. Inside the action, it's rocking a Huma-Air regulator. This is the secret sauce that ensures every shot is consistent, eliminating that power curve you get with lesser air guns. In .22 caliber, you're getting an 11-shot magazine that cycles flawlessly. Despite the short barrel, the accuracy is stacking pellets good at 30 meters and beyond. Whether you're shooting JSB Hades for pest control or standard DOMs for targets, this regulated system keeps your groups tight. Now for the big question, shot count. Because the air tube is small, you're not getting 500 shots. In the standard 12 foot-pound UK model, you can expect around 45 usable shots per fill in 2.2. It also features a 3-position power adjuster, which is great for dialing it down for close range ratting or backyard plinking. At over £1,200 UK, it isn't a budget buy by any means, but you're paying for precision, engineering and portability. It's the ultimate go-anywhere rifle. If you need a high-end regulated PCP that won't weigh you down in the field, the Ranger XR is hard to beat. Now, ladies and gents, let's take a closer look and have a chat about my pride and joy, the Brocock XR Ranger PCP air rifle in .22 flavour. So, the rifle has been in my possession for around 12 months, and I paid the princely sum of 500 British pounds for this rifle. Although from new they do retail for £1,200, minus your scope, minus the bipod. Now, it shouldn't take much imagination as to why I was drawn towards this PCP air rifle when it came available. As you can see, it is an absolute unit. Looks absolutely beautiful in that matte black finish, but its features are truly what make this rifle stand out. Now, if you are a bushcrafter who actively hunts or a practicing prepper, this is going to play a major role in your kit. You see, because there's one feature this gun possesses that turns this from a compact air rifle to an absolutely minuscule air rifle. So with the buttstock folded and the moderator removed, this is reduced down to a mere 600mm, and in this state it will still cock and fire. Now, the main thing I love about this feature is this is going to be very easy to carry about in either a small rucksack or a side satchel. People aren't going to be any the wiser what you're carrying in that bag. So again, if we do end up in a post-apocalyptic war zone and you need to get out doing some hunting, I know this is a way out there, this can be easily stored in a small rucksack again, or a side satchel, and you can carry this out into the woods, collect your food. No one's going to be following you thinking, oh, that's a nice gun, I could do with that myself. On the back of the air rifle, we have an AR-15 style buffer tube, which is adjustable through 3 predetermined lengths. For the eagle-eyed ladies and gents out there, you'll realise that this is not the correct stock for this gun. This has in fact been swapped out from my EK Archery Revo 7 crossbow. The reason I chose this one, it does give me a nice raised cheek piece, which I can adjust, and it gives me a place to rest my face, which is much more comfortable than the original stock. The Ranger XR PCP is a regulated rifle and comes with the Huma-regulator installed, meaning shots are consistent from full to empty. The rifle also features a very crispy 2-stage trigger with a trigger pull of around 1 pound. We also have the safety catch just in front of the trigger in the trigger guard there. The Brocock Ranger XR is also a side lever action PCP air rifle, and this is one of the nicest, smoothest side action levers I have had the pleasure to use. It's extremely effortless and can be operated with one finger. On the side of the action here, you'll see we do have a power adjuster. Unfortunately, due to UK regulations, this is a sub 12 foot-pound air rifle, and the power adjuster only really adjusts down. So on the lowest setting you're looking at around 6 foot-pounds, in the middle you're looking at 9, on the top this one is pushing out about 10.7 with my chosen pellets. This is good if you're working in close proximity again, or just plinking in your garden. The 6 foot-pound option is good for taking pigeons in barns, and it won't cause any more damage to the surrounding area. The rifle comes at a very light and wieldy weight of 2.5 kilo or 5.5 pounds, again making this rifle extremely manoeuvrable in tight confined spaces. Shots to fill, so as you can see the air rifle does possess a rather tiny air cylinder, and although the air cylinder is a 250 bar fill, it is good for around 4 magazines, and the magazines are 11 shot capacity. So 4 magazines worth, and that takes me to around just under 100 bar, and that's time to fill. Obviously that shot count will increase if you do choose to use the lower power setting on the rifle. The rifle also features a match grade 10-inch Walther Lothar barrel, and as you can see there, even though it is very, very short, it is accurate up to 50 yards. And in my testing that has proved very, very accurate for me. Optics, so I've paired the rifle with a UTG Bugbuster 3-9x12 AO scope, as you can see there. Extremely compact scope, fantastic optics, and it really fits in well with the rifle's aesthetics. On the top here we have locking turrets, front parallax, and a very nice easy to move zoom lever. The rifle itself is Picatinny rail, but you can buy modifiers to adopt 11mm dovetail rail scopes, as you can see there. I've also put a adjustable bipod on the front of there. Still a sore point this, I was ripped off for this, but it is what it is. Performs well. Does get in the way when it's folded, but not to the extent where I can't still put this in a bag, as you've seen. Now the rifle is actually supplied with a moderator when you buy the gun new. I didn't get one, so this is actually off my FX DRS. Again, this is in keeping with the rifle's aesthetics, and it does a good job of keeping the rifle quiet, because without that it does have quite a bark. So what sort of demographic is this rifle aimed at? I think when Brocock were designing this rifle they had one thing in mind, and that was portability. This is going to suit someone who's carrying a lot of gear overland, someone who needs to work in confined spaces for pest control such as barns and things like that, and also the opportunistic hunter comes to mind. Maybe you're walking through a woodland to a camp and you're hoping to snatch a bag of meal before you set up. This is the perfect tool in that regard. Now although it is a fantastic compact and lightweight rifle, there is a trade-off, and that is the shot count. Now many potential buyers might be looking at that saying that's not enough shots for me, but I think for the general purpose this was intended for, that is more than enough shots. I've never felt when I'm using it, you know, I'm running out of shots. You just time your shots, choose your shots carefully, and in a pest control environment, again, that's more than enough. Right, ladies and gents, enough babble, let's go do some shooting. Right, ladies and gents, so we're experiencing some absolutely legendary weather today, fantastic, and from my position here we've got a target set out at around 30 meters. We have a slight breeze, and the pellets we're using for this is the JSB Exact Jumbo Diablo. These are a 15.89 grain pellets, and they have a skirt diameter of 5.50. So all we're going to do is go for grouping, and then I've got another target behind that, a knockdown target. We'll have a go with that, but let's crack on. Right, see, this is why I don't push my luck. I should have left it on the 3 paddles. I was happy with that, and it knocked the target off. But I thought, you know what, let's go for 4. It knocked it up twice, but I didn't manage to knock it up permanently. But, you know, it is accurate. We're at 32 meters there, so what's that, around 36, 37 yards? And that's probably the max distance I would be comfortable hunting at anyway. If we have a look at the target, I think I must have been on spice when I took these shots, because they're everywhere. But you did see, I think the paper was wafting in the wind. We do have a gentle breeze coming through as well. So these are the shots I took here. Absolutely everywhere. Probably all over in the space of around 10 10 centimeters around there. But we did take another few shots on this, on the helmet, and we took 5 shots, 2 shots through one, 2 shots through one over here. So a much better grouping there, but it is an accurate rifle. Right, so as a reward to you absolute legends for your patience, I have brought 5 of Bar's finest soda pops out. We're going to shoot each one of these in succession from the same range and do some gratuitous slow motion footage. But I think we're going to sacrifice one, just one, to the thirst gods, because I am pretty parched. So I will have one. This is a Shandyade. Oh, that's nice. The rest of you are buggered. Right, so interesting fact, that little stunt has just cost me an ND filter. So I'll have to get another one of them on order, but all in the name of fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've enjoyed the look at the Brocock Ranger XR PCP air rifle .22. It's certainly a favourite in my collection. I do have a few. I will try and get the others out as and when I can. But yeah, fantastic. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of this weather in the woodland now, get a nice brew on. And I will see you, ladies and gents, for the next one. So until then, you stay safe, and as always, stay crafty. See you again. Bye-bye.